Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Harmony and I'm so happy to be here. If you don't know me, you can check out my intro on how to empower yourself, or you can also check out the link to my website in the description box below if you'd like to know more about me. So today's topic is about transcending duality and moving into oneness, or merging in with one. So what does that mean? What is duality? We all know that when we look at things here, we see things as good and evil, good and bad, so or light and dark. But these are all like energies playing out and how we see things. So this is all made up in the mind. And why am I saying that? It's because it depends on how we look at things. Okay, so let's start from the time we are born. Okay, and when we start growing, we are told, when we were a kid, we were told, no, this is bad. Or when we do something and then we are praised, good girl, good boy, or So this has happened, this keeps happening. And if there are crimes, or people say, oh, that's bad, and it's present in every single thing. So it's part of this 3D world. It's so much part of it because it's part of the paradigm, the way the structures are, and it's all part of it, part and parcel of this 3D world. So which is fair enough, because it does. You've got the law, so people have to follow the law, and if they go against it, then yeah, they're punished. So that's fine, we can understand that. But if we start looking at things from an energy point of view, and see that there is light and dark, and without dark we can't see the light. So we wouldn't know if there is light if there wasn't any darkness. Or without any darkness, without the light, we wouldn't know there is darkness. So they both coexist, and they become one. So it is there, it exists, but it exists in our state of mind as well. So this is how we are looking at things. So like I said, because we are programmed this way, we are always judging. Okay, so it's in little things, like how someone is dressed, or what did someone say to somebody, or very minor things. It's people make a lot of judgments and talk a lot about all these oh, how could they do this, how could it's like I said, part and parcel of all of this. But when we look at things from energy level, we can see that we are also here to experience things, and we came here as souls, and we have reincarnated and reincarnated and reincarnated, and we keep coming here. So one is like for karma, clear karma, and the other is to experience what we want to experience. So say we came here in the last birth as a king, and we come back, and this time we want to experience life as a beggar. So when we start looking things at that level, from this point of view of the soul, so we can start saying that it's all experience. We are all coming to experience this life, and it is all about choices and consequences. So there is no right and wrong, there's just choices and consequences. Like I said, again, I'm not talking about how this 3D world is from the point of view as a human in the 3D world. I'm just talking, if we look at things at the energy level and we just go a bit higher, just expand a little bit of our consciousness and look at these things, because this is how the souls are. So when soul has finished the life here, the life has come to an end, then they go back to, I do that in my life between life regression sessions. So there you can meet your guide and talk to them and see what's going on, what did you come to do on the planet, what's been done, and is there any more work to be done. So everything is looked at from the sense of energy of an experience. So what is being experienced? So when you start looking at things like that, then, like I said, there is no more good and evil. There is just experience, choices and consequences, and what we come here to do. And if we start going beyond that, now we know we are like all individual souls, but now if we move beyond that, beyond the light and dark, what can we see? What exists beyond that? So this is what is the one that exists, which that is the truth that exists, that's one with everything, that's one that created everything, whether you call it source, you call it God, you call it creator, whatever you call it. There is this one that created everything, and we are part of this one. And if we are part of this one, then we are one with this one. So when we are one with this one, then we are one. So what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to get across is just like, when we become one with, we realize this in our state of mind. So we expand the consciousness to the point where it reaches the Christ consciousness, then we get to experience the oneness. So what is the oneness? The oneness is like becoming one with the oneness is like a drop of water and falling in the ocean. So when a drop of water falls in the ocean, it becomes the ocean. So in the same way, it's all in the mind, how we see things and how we perceive what we believe is true. So if we are here on this planet and living a life and keep on judging and finding, faults in everything, or how this life is, then we are always stuck in this way where we are always judging, yeah, this is good, this is bad, but what is this good and bad? It's all been created, it's been man-made, but not only man-made, but it's only in the mind. But this is what's been made and fed to the mind. So this is how we see things. But when we start going beyond that, this is the stage that's so important, because that's the stage of coming out of judgment. When we stop judging things, we stop looking at things and having an opinion. It's fine to have an opinion. I'm not saying you should in no way, because everybody expresses whatever they want to. They're free to express whatever they want to. But when we come out of this state of judging and get to understand who we truly are, where we come from, then we start seeing that everything is one, because there's only one, the creator or the source or whatever, that created everything that exists. So there's no separation. So as long as we see things as good and evil, we are looking at things as being separate. So this happens because we are constantly judging. So once we stop judging, we stop seeing things as being separate, and we start understanding and seeing how everything is one. Everything is part of the one. And like I said, when you become the ocean, then you don't know where, like you say, oh no, here I am a bit shallow, here I'm deeper. No, you're the ocean. That's what it is. That's the whole. So at the end of the day, what exists then? It's that only one truth that exists, that is us connecting with the mind of the source, or mind of God, or the Christ consciousness. And who is that? How can we connect with that? How do we know? The connection is there, but it's just we don't realize it. We don't see it within ourselves. So when we start focusing our attention back to ourselves, back on ourselves, instead of judging others, and place our attention within ourselves, then we can start connecting with that and start connecting with our own truth. Because if we are part of God, or we are part of Source, then we are Source. In whatever way we are Source. So when we connect with the Source, when we start realizing this, then we start becoming Source. We start becoming that, and we start seeing things as one. So merging with Source, merging with oneness, it's not about everyone being together. Like when I talk about not being about separation, it's not like we all have to be together. No, it's about oneness. It's about becoming one. There is only one truth. And if you talk about togetherness, that's mostly the collective consciousness of how a certain collective thinks. So yeah, this is something to reflect on. And I know when we seek it, we seek what we want to know, the wisdom we're looking for, it comes to us. And many people have experienced this, and they know when they become one with everything, they do feel like being one with everything. And this is what happens when you become one. You can see as the mind of God, as the mind of Source. And you know, it's not only seeing, but it's knowing that you are. Because in this, when we live life on this planet, there's so much fed to us, like all these limiting beliefs and all this stuff. And so many people talk about these. If you follow the law of attraction, they keep talking about these limiting beliefs and all of that. So this is the way when you start seeking the truth, and what is the truth of your own core, your own inner core. Who are you? Who are we? Then we get to see we are all sparks of that big light that exists. It's like we're living on the planet and the sun exists there, but we don't see it every day. We see the night and the day because the planet is rotating. We are living on the planet, but if you come out of it, we're just going to the space. We can see that the sun always there. It always exists. So if we came from the sun, everything was created from the sun, then we are part of the sun. We've got the spark of the source, and we are that spark and one with that truth. So something to reflect on, and I leave you with this. I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, that's fine. But I just felt like talking about it today. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.